Hello, 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 everybody. I figured out how to not have a waiting room. Go me. So everyone should be popping on. We have about 1 more minute. Can everyone hear me okay? Katie, I just need you to put a picture up. You're making me laugh too much. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Hey, you guys.
All right. So I guess the chat from last week still pops up. That's pretty cool.
That is neat. I didn't know. Hey, you guys.
I guess because I have it as a recurring meeting, so
I love that.
Zoom is forever and always making my heart happy. Okay, I'm gonna wait until 8:01 and then I'm gonna get started. Y'all know Katie and I do not pay for Zoom, so we are gonna be rapid fire infoing tonight. And this is week 2. So pumped. Hope you guys are as well. All righty. I'm going to go ahead and get started if everybody is good to go. Happy Thursday. Welcome to week 2 of Be Bold, Build Big with Katie Lassiter and myself. We are going to be talking all things systems and business work ethic tonight. Really excited about this. Katie and I work very similarly. So you're probably going to be hearing a lot of the same things in different ways. So without further ado, I am going to pin myself. If I can do that, because I forgot to do that last week. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get it started. So this, like I said, is going to be rapid fire information. So get your hands ready to write or type or whatever you guys are doing. So you guys are going to hear me say the word consistent a lot while I am talking through all my stuff. So just know that consistency and systems in this business go hand in hand. So first things first, what is a system? A system is a defined set of principles, practices, and procedures that are applied to specific activities to achieve a specific result. This is directly from google.com. So basically it is about creating a set of shortcuts that will make sure everything still gets done in the right way or the right path that you want it to get done in. There is an amazing quote. I just finished Accelerated Leadership. When you are a director or above within Scentsy, you have the opportunity to be a part of this program. But there was an amazing quote shared from Sarah Walker from James Clear, who's the author of Atomic Habits. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. So we're going to be talking about how systems really play a huge part in the success of your Scentsy business. So real quick, tell me in the chat if you have systems for the important parts of your business. Be very honest with yourself. This is not because Amber is going to judge you. It is not because Katie is going to judge you. Your peers are not going to judge you. Be honest with yourself. That's why we're doing this program with you guys, because we really want to talk about the importance of these things that we're going to be discussing. So systems will demand your attention to important details in your business. Okay, that's why we put systems into place. Consistency where it matters in your business, the actions that matter is going to equal success in your business. If you are consistently doing the things in your business that matter, you will find success. Okay, so go ahead and put that into your brain. Systems in your Scentsy business will rise and fall with the tide and will change over the time and over the course of your business. Okay. Systems that you are doing, or you were doing as a certified consultant are going to look a lot different when you become a leader and you have a front line and you have a down line and you start getting a team underneath you. You're going to look very different. But you have to have systems no matter what title you are in this business. Okay. If you want to be successful, you want to be doing the things that successful people are doing, you have to implement some type of systems. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't want you to think of the word system as something that is very scary. It can sound like something that is like, oh my gosh, I have to like write an entire map out of what my business is going to look like and I have to have all the answers. That's not what a system is. A system is simply knowing exactly what you need to do and implementing it into your daily efforts and your daily actions and tasks and consistently doing them. That's what a system's doing. A system is holding you accountable to do the things that matter in your business. So, I already said your tasks and your different systems are going to look different as you continue to grow through the compensation plan. So just have that in your head. So I'm going to show you guys a wonderful example here. I'm going to share my screen. I have like 18,000 tabs open, which is how my brain is all the time. But I'm going to show you guys what my system was when I was what was I in this? I was a lead consultant. Okay. We're dating back to, holy cow. Okay. Dating back to 2016 here. I pulled this picture up. Can you guys see this? Okay. I pulled this picture up because it's very important for you guys to see exactly how I worked my business. This was when I was living with my ex-boyfriend. And that's important to know because I didn't have an office. This is the corner of our kitchen. And this is literally a cube that I got from Walmart. And this right here was my system. You're going to see right there that I was a lead consultant because my goal on there, this is literally a picture frame that is from the Dollar Tree. I wrote on there with Expo marker that I got from being a teacher. I brought that home because teaching is the only job where you steal stuff from school to, here, I'll zoom it in. Katie, I see you squinting. So everybody else is probably squinting. Can you guys see that? This is what I'm talking about right here. I literally have exactly what I need to hit in order to make it to the next promotion. I did this. I scaled the compensation plan by knowing and having in my face every single month after month what I needed to do for PRV, and that was just my PRV goal, my GWV, and what that meant with PRV, how many active frontline I needed. Okay. So that was a system that I had put into place very early on in my business. I knew that I wanted something big out of my business and I knew I wanted to hit to the next level. So that was a system that I put in place then. I always had it in front of my face, exactly what I needed to do to get to where I wanted to go. So systems, much like your why, will help you keep on the path to achieving your goals when life happens, because it's going to happen. It's very similar to knowing your why, knowing your deep-rooted why of why you're doing this business in the first place. Because when life gets sticky and things happen, you can quickly pick up your systems and you can say, okay, this is what I need to get done today. Or if your life is like mine, sometimes this is what I need to do today. Katie talked a lot about sticky notes. I do sticky notes as well. They're all over my desk. But it's keeping yourself accountable and knowing whenever your brain is like, holy cow, my child is screaming at me, but I need to do these things because they're already in my face. There's already a system. It's planned out for myself. Systems are there to keep you on a straight and narrow path. Whatever defined as success, they will define your success as long as you do them consistently. Okay. You have to do the systems that you put into place consistently and repetitively so that they become habitual. They become a habit when you do them all the time. Then you're like, okay, well, it's Tuesday and Thursday. I know I'm working with my teamies on this day. Okay, Monday's booking parties. Okay, Wednesday's having sponsoring conversations. Friday's my wrap up day. You know what you're doing on those days because you've done it so much. You have to do the systems in order for them to work. So systems need to be easily broken down in order to put a rope around your attention management. You have to manage your attention, okay? Because if you are like me and you sit down in your chair and you had nothing written down for what you were supposed to be doing in your business that day, you're probably going to get on Canva, and then you're going to go on Facebook, then you're going to scroll Facebook, then you're going to go on groups, then you're going to get on iMessage because it's over there in the corner, and you're not going to be doing anything that is going to be helping you out with your business. Okay? That's just literally like that's what I do if I don't have anything written down, but I have a system in place so I know what I need to do daily. So attention management, with breaking must do tasks up and focusing on one per day. Katie's also going to talk about this, but the way that one of the systems that we use that Katie created years ago literally focuses on one specific type of task and then it umbrellas down from underneath. So here's an example of what must do task could be when you're giving a day of the week a label. So Monday, it could be pulling reports. It could be working with rising leaders. Tuesday, you could be working with your team. Wednesday, you could be working on posts, working on booking parties. Thursday, you could be having sponsoring conversations. Friday, you can be following up with your customers. Okay. That's what I'm saying with giving one specific type of task to a day. So the most important systems to have in your Scentsy business, there's 8 of them I'm going to talk about. Number 1 is follow-ups with your customers. You need to have a system in place when you follow up with your customers. Katie talked about last week, people are what are going to drive your business in every single aspect. You need the people, right? So when are you doing follow-ups? What day of the week? What list are you pulling from? How do you know who you're following up with? Are you, and Katie's going to be talking about that more. Are you writing down when you send happy mail, if you do send happy mail? Are you keeping track of when you do orders so that you can possibly ask them, hey, did you like that summer collection, those summer collection wax bars that I threw in there? You know how to follow up because you are writing down what it is that you put into their goodies. Purpose of happy mail and throwing extras is to say thank you, but it's also to have more conversations. It sparks up more conversations. Hey, did you like that Jam and Jubilee sample that I put into there? Oh, do you like that USA warmer or let Freedom Ring warmer? Oh, you want to try to get that free and half off? Okay. You can have so many different conversations. Or, oh my gosh, I love Jam and Jubilee. Hey, did you know it's only around a certain amount of time? Put it in your club and you get it forever. Okay. Or until you want to take it out. Number 2, you need to have a system for who you've spoken to about getting free and half off Scentsy. You need to know who you're talking to. Okay. Because if you're like me and you don't write it down, the only reason you know is because you look back into your text messages. Because if you're like me again, and you don't ever delete your text messages, like, oh my gosh, I just talked to them yesterday about that. I need to not do that. You need to keep track of who you're talking to and what you're talking to them about. Number 3, you need to have a system for who is currently hosting. What type of party are they doing? What date did it start? When are you getting it back from them? Okay. Number 4, you need to have a system for who you are talking to about the join opportunity. Do you have a dream team list going on? Do you have a paper pencil type of dream team list from a different, I don't know, there's an Excel sheet floating around that I'm sure we both have in our groups. Are you putting it in the notes section of your phone? Are you using a system that I'm going to share with you guys? You need to be keeping track of who you're talking to. And then you could just make like a little anecdotal note and put on there, okay, well, I had the conversation this day and they said, no, not right now. But this is when I feel like I need to reach back out to them because I know it would bless them. Okay. Number 5, need a system for your clubbers whose subscription is running this month. If you're like me, I do exclusive happy mail for my clubbers. I need to know what I'm sending them. Why? Because I can pull up stamps.com, I can see that it was delivered, and then I can ask them how they liked this stuff. Okay. If I just never check in with them, they don't text me. I'm being completely honest. They do not text me. They do not say thank you. It's expected. I've spoiled them. It's expected to get happy mail from me, which is my fault. I like to hear thank you, but I check in to say, hey, did you get this? Hey, did you like that? And then the conversation goes, okay, from there. Number 6, you need to have a system for your goals for the month in front of your face. And you need to know the next promotion and how to get there. Very similarly with how I started doing it back in 2016 when I joined. Very similarly, write it on a sticky note, put it on your computer, put it in the note section of your phone, put it somewhere you're going to see it all the time. That is a system. Okay. Because you know, hey, I have to have at least 500 PRV, but that's not going to cut it. I need to have at least 2,000 PRV to get that $600 paycheck. It's going to help me with my GWV. It's going to help me be a better leader. And I need to be working with my team to get the active frontline. Okay. You need to know those things. It's not your sponsor's job. Yes, we're gonna be here and cheer you on and make sure you know how to get to the next level, but you yourself as an independent Scentsy consultant have to do the actions. Number 7, you're a leader. Do you have a system with who you're working with currently? Do you know, are you pulling numbers? Do you know how to pull numbers to figure out who to work with? Okay. If you do not know when you have teamies or people in your downline, you're looking for those people who are showing up on your team page. You're looking for the people who are having constant PRV. They're active, they have 500 or more. And you're looking for the people who are excited, they're sharing, they're sponsoring. Okay. And number 8, you need to have a system for what you do when you launch new team members. Okay. Very important. If you get a new teamie and you like flounder and you're like, I have no clue what to do, I have a system I'm going to share with you guys. So I'm going to help you out with that. But you need to have a system in place, because what about the months if, you know, we have an amazing join special and there's like 3 or 4 people that come. If you don't have a system in place, you are literally going to be like, I am in way over my head and I have no clue what I'm doing. Systems are there to help you. Okay. I'm almost done. Then I'll hand it over to you, Katie. Sorry, I told you I was rapid firing. So I have a Google Drive I will share after this with Katie. And I will share in Feet to Faith for those of you who are on. So I have 3 different systems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different systems, and I have a Google Drive that's going to help you guys. I'm going to show you very briefly what I am talking about. So number 1, this is a system that I use. Katie created this. Can you guys see this? I don't know where I'm at. What is it? What do you guys see? Katie, what do you see right now? This. Okay, cool. So Katie created this years ago. I just went in and changed it up based on what I do with my business. So every single month, you just literally write the day or write the month up top. Potential hosts, look at order history. So if I have a conversation with somebody and they do not want to host, I still put them on this list so that I know I had a conversation with them, what day I had the conversation. If I have a host, I write beside it what type of party it is, when it starts, when it ends. Potential teamies, people I have conversations with, I put their name here. I put the day I had the conversation. I put some little notes beside it, what their response was, not yet, whatever it might be. Okay. This over here is teamy focus. So who I have identified from pulling numbers the month prior or during the month, pulling performance tab, like I told you guys, high PRV, who's recruiting, who could promote. If I have an action call planned with them, the ball is in their court with that, but I do write the date down. Scentsy Club running this month. This is where I put everybody's Scentsy that is running. I do not send mail until the very end of the month because people skip shipments. I do not send it to people who skip their shipment. That's on them. Okay. Mystery box. I do at least 1 mystery box a month. I put what my theme was on here, what I included, and then I also put who ordered it from me. Okay. I have 2 more minutes. The label system, you guys are all, hold on, very, you guys have all seen this. I know you have, because I've shared it. Katie shares it. This is what Katie created years ago. I've just changed it up some based on what I do in my business. I put this directly in my planner. Customer follow-up. Let me show you real quick what the customer follow-up. And again, this is going to be in a Google Drive for you guys to look at. Oh, nope, that is not it. Sorry. That is not on here. Yes, it is. Customer follow-up. Okay. This is the customer follow-up I use when I do mail outs. Okay. Who it is, how much they spent, was it a new customer? If it's a new customer, I'm putting a lot more goodies in there. I write down exactly what I sent to them so I can follow up with them. I use stamps.com. I can follow up with them when I see that it was delivered to them. Okay. I also use, like I said, stamps.com. I use Hit 'em Up, and I use Hit 'em Up is a mass texting app. I use that for my team. I use that for my group. I use that for my VIPs. I use that for my Scentsy Club. And I use the board app for my new Teamy launch. I will share that in the Google Drive for you guys. Okay, real quick. Challenge this week. Get a planner if you do not have one. Pick 5 non-negotiables in your business and choose which day, Monday through Friday, you're going to focus solely on those tasks. Okay? That can be the big umbrella, and then you can trickle down from there what you want to work on based on what those are. Write your daily tasks in your planner to help create those habits, or you can print them off on the labels like so. I have some dupe Avery labels, a link to Amazon that's going to be shared with you guys. And then once you've done this, I want you to take a picture, and I want you to share it in Feet to Faith if you are in my teamer group, and I want you to share it in Dare to Dream if you are in Katie's teamer group. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hop off, and I love you guys, and Katie, take it away.
Hey, you guys. Amber, that was so good. Like, I don't even need to talk because Amber did so good. You did so good, boo. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, in order to have a successful business, you have to have people. Point blank here. You have to have people. And your goal in this business is to build your customer base big. There's a direct correlation between PRV, sponsoring, and having a successful business. The higher your PRV is a good indication that you are growing a healthy, growing customer base. You want a large customer base. Why? PRV, more people to have sponsoring conversations with, more people to join your team, more people to lead, more people to grow. That is how you have a success. That is how you grow a successful business. So many have overcomplicated this, and we want you guys to get back to the basics of this business. Honestly, in the chat, I want you to tell me how long you work your business a day on income producing things, not samples, not labels, not flyers, on income producing things. How long or how much time are you spending a day on working your business? When I started this in 2017, I didn't have time. I literally didn't have time. I had to make sure whatever I was working on, that was the most effective and most efficient. I didn't have time. I had a newborn. Aiden wasn't even a year old yet when I joined. I was a full-time nurse. I had to work in spurts of time, and it was effective. You know why? Because I was talking to so many people. I wasn't on social media at all. I was literally having conversations with so many people. Like Amber just shared, sticky notes. That's how I ran my entire business. I would write people's names, like literally. I would write people's names on a sticky note, and I would stick it in my scrub pocket. And in spurts of time, I would message those people, and I would always lead with the party. Always. I would say, do you want to try and get some free stuff? Do you want to get some free stuff? And I would write down 5 names a day, and I would stick those 5 names in my pocket. And every day, that was my focus in the beginning of this business, because I didn't have a customer base. I didn't have a customer base. So I had to grow my customer base. I had to grow my customer base. And the only way that I learned early on in my business to grow my customer base was to party, and to party hard. Party, y'all heard me say this last week, party's non-negotiable for me, even as an SSD. Party's non-negotiable. I have to grow my customer base for recurrent PRV, to build relationships when I continue to follow up with these people, build relationships with them, but to eventually sponsor them. So I have a front line of over 150 people, and 90% of my front line I met through a party. I didn't know them personally. I met them through a party, and in time, they joined once I built that relationship. You have to be very focused. You need to know what you're doing every single day for your business, and you need to know that the day before. You need to be what do they say? Preparation. What do they say from 30 and Flirty and Thriving? Preparation is everything. You have to be prepared. So this is what I found when I was pregnant with my daughter, that what I was doing, I still use the label systems, but I have them memorized now, so I don't even print them anymore because I literally have my label system memorized, so I don't have to do that. I still focus on one thing a day. Mondays is follow-up. Tuesday is team day. That's when I do recognition. That's when I reach out one-on-one. Wednesday is party day. Thursday, sponsoring conversation day. And Friday's my wrap-up day. I do a little bit of whatever I didn't get done that week. And how I work on social media correlates with how I'm working that day. So if I'm working with my team that day, I'm doing all the shout outs on social media. If I'm booking parties, I'm going live in my stories and doing posts about showing host rewards and showing how people can get stuff for free. Sponsoring, I go live in my stories and talk about the opportunity or what Scentsy's done for my life, or if we have a join special share. Everything is very correlated because my brain cannot do 10, 20 million things at one time. You're not effective. If you're doing a million things at one time, you're not effective and you're going to get overwhelmed. And when people get overwhelmed, they quit. They quit because you can only go ham so long before you're like, this ain't even worth it, because you're not effective. So you're not seeing the bang for your buck. So when I was pregnant with my daughter, I said, okay, I have to do something different. My son's in school. We're making an hour and a half round trip in the morning, an hour and a half round trip in the evening. We got to do something different. So now this is how I work my business. And I want to share this with you guys. It's not fancy at all. I go to my contacts tab, hit contacts. There is a sort and filter button. Hit that and then hit last order date. It's going to send everybody, all your recent orders are going to be at the top. I print that and I fold it up and I put it in my pocketbook. I do this when I watch the end of month live every month. I do this at the beginning of the month, the end of the month for the next month. You need people to have a successful business. That's what you need. Your contact tab, that is your people. That's your hub. With these people that Amber just showed you, that spreadsheet, I take a blank sheet of paper. I write potential host, potential teamie, potential clubber, and I take my order history and I categorize them on who could be a good host, who needs to join because they have an expensive club, they have a high club, or they order frequently, or they spend a lot of money with me. I categorize these people. I stick that sheet of paper in my pocketbook. And when I'm working during my 15 minutes a day, I'm going to get back to that in a minute, I take that sheet of paper out and I challenge myself to message these people and ask, do you want to get some free stuff? AKA book a party. B, have you ever thought getting paid off your own orders? Sponsoring conversation. Or C, sister, you're ordering 3 whiffs a month. Have you thought about getting them 10% off and getting one of those whiffs half off? Because if they start a club, they add 2 whiffs in there, they're going to get 10% off and then get their 3rd whiff half off. It's all a play on words, but you need people to have conversations with. So I print my order history and I'm messaging and having one-on-one conversations with people to get booked. Whatever my day is, that's my focus. So Wednesday is my booking party day. I grab it out. I'm like, Katie, you ain't got no parties booked for this month. You need to get parties booked. And I message, and that's my focus for the entire day. My second challenge to you guys, and me and Ray, y'all know who Ray is one of my frontline. She was a nurse too. And every day when we were at work, she would message me. She goes, are you ready for your 15 minutes? You ready for your 15 minutes? The first 2 years of both of our businesses, we set a timer for 15 minutes during our lunch break. You're a nurse, you know a lunch break's a joke. You're going to be interrupted a million times. We set an alarm for 15 minutes and we say, what's today's focus? Booking parties. All right. Setting my alarm right now for 15 minutes. That's my focus for the day. I'll get back with you on minute 16 and tell you how many I got booked. Sponsoring day. How many sponsoring conversations, Katie, are you gonna have today in our 15-minute time spot? Let's see how many conversations we can have. There's power in 15 minutes. After I had my daughter, she would not nap. She hated sleep. I swear this kid is allergic to sleep. She hates sleep. She would not nap. So here I am with a kid that just started school and a newborn that literally would not sleep. Jane, my husband, would get home from work and I would tell him, I'm stepping outside on the porch for my 15 minutes. And he knew what that meant. For 15 minutes, do not interrupt me. I have to get parties booked. And I would come in so freaking hyped because I would say, I got 5 parties booked in 15 minutes. Or I had 3 sponsoring conversations in 15 minutes. And I would be so freaking hyped, because I shocked myself. Because I went from not doing anything in my business to taking 15 minutes and bam, 5 parties are booked. 5 parties at the minimum is 1,000 PRV. 5 parties at the maximum is 2,500 PRV, and that's 600 plus. And then I can flip them. There's power in it. We're going to talk more about PRV and sponsoring in the next couple weeks, so I don't want to focus on that. But you have to realize that you are in control of your time. And you can be very, very, very intentional with the time that you do have and make big changes in a short amount of time. And I would get off that porch. I would come out, I'm like, oh my God, my business sucked this month, but I just got 5 parties booked in 15 minutes because I kept it short and sweet. People don't want long messages. Stop sending long messages. They don't want to read a novel. Oh, you sent me a $100 order? You want to try and get some of that for free? I'm all about some free stuff. You like that warmer? You want to try and get for free? I'm all about the free stuff. But those parties bring in new customers. Those customers.
We done lost Katie. Hold up, y'all. You want me to sing for you? Has anyone seen the Tyla dance on TikTok? If you haven't, I am challenging you while you're creating your system to try to move your hips like she does. It's
So sorry.
There we go. I was challenging them to learn the Tyla dance, and I know you have no idea what that is. So go ahead.
Sorry, somebody called, and when the button pops up where you have to click accept, decline on one side and exit on the other side, like it's doing it right now, so I'm not pressing anything. What in the world? My brain
Don't press anything. Let me tell you how much time you have. You have 6.5 minutes.
Okay. I forget where I'm at. So you need people. You need people. And you need to make sure you're very intentional with your time. You don't need a lot of people. We all start out with one customer. You need to be, those parties are going to bring you a whole new customer base. That's going to bring in new people for you to sponsor, new people for you to lead. And you have to have people. Focus on building relationships. Focus on, I challenge y'all to do the 15 minutes a day. It works. Me and Ray promoted to superstar director doing 15 minutes, a timer for 15 minutes. You can do those things and be so intentional and effective. Okay. Order history, label system. That's what I use to work my business. Sticky notes, like Amber said. I'm not a fluffy person. I don't do fluff. I'm all about relationships. Every time I get an order, do you want to get it for free? Every time I get the same person that orders an order again, girl, you's a lunatic. Do you want to get paid off of that? Don't be scared to get uncomfortable. Okay, you're doing people a favor by asking them, do they want it for free, or do you want to get paid off of it? Okay. Order history, label system, but you have to know how you're working every day. So do you know how you're working tomorrow? Do you know what you're going to do tomorrow? If you don't, I want you to pull up your dashboard. Have you sponsored? Have you met your PRV goal? If the answer is no, I want you to write down 3 tasks that you want to get done tomorrow to help you start with PRV first, to help you get to your PRV goal. So booking parties and follow-ups. if you've already hit your PRV goal, sponsoring conversations. And every day before you go to bed, write down 3 things that you want to accomplish the next day that are income producing for your business. Small ripples create big waves. You don't have to be grand. You don't have to be extreme. You only have to be consistent. And if you focus on tiny things every single day, your business is going to shift in big ways. Just make sure the things that you're focusing on are income producing things and don't get lost in the fluff. Okay. That is it. With 5 minutes to spare.
Dang, you did good. I was over here, my face is all rags. I don't have makeup on. It's hot in my office.
I know I was rambling. I rambled, but y'all don't need a lot of time. You don't need a lot of time to build a successful business. And people will say that that's wrong. You want to go big and will it take sacrifice? Will some days you'll have to work a little bit harder to get some yeses? Absolutely. Are there times where I work my business hours on end? Yeah, because I have $5,000 to $10,000 a month. So I have to package those orders up. And that takes me a couple hours. I have to deliver those orders. But the income producing things, the asking, shouldn't take you that long. You have to ask. Get comfortable with asking. Okay.
And also get comfortable with being ignored or being told no, because it's going to happen and it's going to happen and it doesn't stop. People do not want to disappoint you, so they'd rather ignore you. And then, you know, when you text them later, like, oh, I got your order in, or you text them about something else, then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I never responded. Okay. People, they don't want to hurt your feelings, so they're not responding. It's not you. It's not a you problem, but continue to ask. Don't get down on yourself and don't think it's like the end of the world because you're told no. At least they've responded to you. Okay.
You scared, don't you? Don't you still get scared? I get scared to death when
it is the, I still hate it.
Before I even see their little face bubble pop up, I click out of that joker. I type it just as fast and I get out of it. So if they ignore me, I'll never know it. If they ghost me, I'll never know it. My responsibility is asking. I'm not responsible for the answer. But you'll shock yourself because the people you think will say no may say yes eventually. Eventually.
And that's the beauty of it too. Like Katie said, is pulling up those new people that you got from parties. That's why we party, because then you have a whole new pool of customers who you, like she said, taking that. I was taking notes over here and categorizing them. That's very important for you to know. Okay, well, I had that conversation. They don't want to. They don't want to host right now. They might want a club, or they might need money. You don't know. Because those are brand new people that are brought to you. Creating those relationships. Okay. Minute and 30 seconds left. Look at us.
Do y'all like the shortness? Just nod your heads. In case it clicks out. Do y'all like them short? I know they seem very rushed, but we intentionally did not want these to be long.
Well, it's late. We're tired. We're all tired. But you guys show up. So that's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording.